feel delighted to inform that today is the 95th anniversary of Andhra Chamber of Commerce, and we have a great joy in organizing this conference for MSMEs today, which are the backbone of Indian economy. MSME sector not only provides huge employment but also adds to regional balance by industrialization generated in remote rural locations and backward areas. MSMEs have a great role to play in reviving the economy.
President of Andhra Chamber of Commerce, Vice President of the Chamber, the Chairman Mr. Anand, Professor V. Padmanand, Regional Head of South Asia FNF, Dr. Karsten, members of the Chamber, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to one and all present here. I'm indeed delighted to be here amongst you because forums like this help us know, help the policymakers like us know the pulse of the industry and the concerns and the ideas that float amongst you. The speakers before me have outlined the importance of Industry 4.0. Time and again, there had been a stress on how to scale up MSMEs. While Mr. Anand was speaking, he was mentioning again and again how MSMEs form the very heart of the GDP of any country, not only India, of any country. And take India for instance. The data goes somewhere around 6 million MSMEs are there. And this 6 million MSMEs are even now working in silos. And this Industry 4.0 is a threaten to each, and that's what is the idea that has come upon the MSMEs, that this Industry 4.0 is looming large and it is going to completely erase the minor, the medium and the small industries. But in fact, we are here to instill confidence in you people and to make it very clear to each and one of you present here that this is the occasion when you should understand that the technology that is developing here, it's going to help us a lot only when we embrace it, and we should be ready for it. How are we going to make ourselves ready for this? This is the question that we have to ask ourselves again and again. Because we still see that even after 23 years, the Industry 4.0 started somewhere in the early 2000s. And even before we know, its tentacles have been spread everywhere. And we talk about IoT, we talk about machine learning, we talk about augmented reality. And now, as Mr. Anand was mentioning, from Industry 4.0, it is slowly moving to 5 and 6, and still we are in the bottom of the rung. So, what exactly are we to do? How are we going to upscale the labor force that are with us? Is there any way to propel and accelerate the MSMEs towards Industry 4.0? The fora like this, the discussions, the conferences that is happening over and over again is to help you understand that you can do it. And you can do it when you all come together. Instead of working in silos, you should all come together. That's what we are looking for. Now, you all know that the basic theme of this industry 4.0 is four. There is one is you should be interconnected, and there should be information transparency. The technical assistance has to be harnessed, and then there should be decentralized decision. This is what is the theme of Industry 4.0. How is it being done? Through the technology. But this is a challenge to us because our main issue is finance. How are we going to, when Professor Padmanand was speaking, machine learning and AI costs 60 lakhs. I mean, that 60 lakhs to invest for a micro and a small enterprise is going to be a huge difficulty for them. So how are we going to harness the financial availability? Now, government, not only the state governments, the central government has been talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India. Then they have been developing the infrastructure through various programs and policies. You know about Gati Shakti. The infrastructure development is going on very fast. And state governments, each state government on its part is coming up with so many policies. And Tamil Nadu, you know, we are looking at $1 trillion economy and we are working towards it. So at this juncture, it is the responsibility of the MSMEs to see that they come together. When they come together, the financial aspect can easily be addressed. The governments are here to help you out. The next challenge I would say is the infrastructure. As I mentioned earlier, the governments are here. They are working on the infrastructure. We tend to see that when you come together, when I mean you come together, it is nothing but the one word, that is, you have to form a cluster. This one word is the mantra that has to ring in your minds now. You cannot work as an individual. See, the language that we speak now is about machine learning or M2M. This is machine-to-machine communication. All this language has to change. How it has to change? You have to come together as a cluster. When you come together as a cluster, when you form an association amongst yourself, the challenges that have been mentioned is going to be thwarted very easily. It can be addressed very easily. Even Dr. Carsten was mentioning about the concerns of inflation. It's a great challenge, of course. But then I would say, we Indians, we South Indians in particular, the MSMEs here, have become resilient after the COVID. So the inflation is not going to threaten us in any way. It is in fact going to, we are going to buckle up, we are going to tighten our belts and see that our financial management is going to be much more better than what we had been doing earlier. So what I would suggest at this juncture is, please see that you associate with each other. Form clusters. Clusters not only for a particular thing. Now, as Professor Padmanand was mentioning, we have tried to form a cluster for raw material procurement. Earlier it was not done. So we thought that steel prices are going up, inflation is high, and how to address it? Just form a cluster, and the cluster will procure the raw material and it will give it to its members and others. So this is one thing. The other thing is upskilling. How to skill our labor. Again and again, this is also being mentioned in every meetings I go. They are concerned. See, the labor force is there. The machine is catching up with the labor. how are the laborers going to be, is it going to come put a full stop to the whole of the labor community, or are they going to be up in arms? Will there be resistance towards the technology absorption by the workforce? All these are our concerns. We fear about it. But I would say, and I have been saying again and again in different forums, different meetings, that the technology is here to see that humans cannot be replaced when we upskill our humans, our labor force. And how is this upskilling going to happen? This again is going to be done through cluster. So we are working on that, and we have partnered with Gindi Association along with Grant Thornton. We are working on skilling the labor force also towards Industry 4.0 technologies. So that becomes easier. If I run a company, I'm an outsider, I'm a spectator, I'm a policy maker, I'm outside all these humdrum that is going on within your ecosystem. But then when we see the window towards it, we see that the flaws, the shortcomings that are apparent to us, and how to address these shortcomings and flaws? Just by coming together. Unity is our strength. Our 6 million people, we talk about the numbers is the strength for us. You need not, when we talk about Industry 4.0, we only think of big companies. We say General Electrics, we say Siemens, we say Cisco, we say of all big names are coming to us. But when we join together, when we come as a consortium, these conglomerates will take a back seat naturally. So my earnest request is, please think on these lines of coming together under one umbrella and forming clusters, and our language should change slowly. So instead of augmented reality, it should be associated reality. Instead of machine to machine communication, it should be man to man communication. Instead of machine learning, it should be man learning. Instead of Internet of Things, it should be a team over your individuals. It is not the individual, it should be the team. So you should work on these lines. Only when you work on these lines, and only when you try to harness the potential that is there amongst you, we will definitely be ready for Industry 6, not only Industry 4.0, Industry 6. And we as government are always with you. We would like to join hands with you, give you hand holding, and we see that FNF is also here to try to help us out in each and every step that we take. And Andhra Chamber of Commerce, I must say that you have done a wonderful thing by organizing such meetings where the exchange of ideas happen very quickly, and the whole day program, we are talking about various subjects which are all very relevant, and it is the need of the hour. So I really wish you and thank you for taking up this wonderful conference. And I must say, we'll make use of Grant Thornton, who is our knowledge partner, who is always ready to help us out, the MSMEs in particular, to come up in a successful way. Having said this, I would like to mention once again, stress once again, that you must have a strategical thinking. This strategical thinking is what is going to uplift us, and that is in associating yourselves together. And with these words, I thank Andhra Chamber of Commerce for giving me this opportunity to be amongst you. And I would next time, when if I have the opportunity to come and meet you people, I would want to know, I would want to hear success stories of associating yourself together and capturing an Industry 4.0. Thank you very much.